Alright, I'm making another video about the 128D with the Realoaded MK2 board that I put in there. I've done a few more things. It's still not a finished version yet, but I figured out how to do a few more things. The first thing I did, or one of the first things I did, was I put the power for the Raspberry Pi through here, so it comes over here, and I mounted the Raspberry Pi so that it sits outside the old cassette port, and you can access the SD card from here. You can see right here is the power for the Raspberry Pi there. And I did hardwire my serial cable over to the serial port here. So I've got this set as device 9. I've got an external drive as 8. That's just how I have it set up. So I like using the 3.5 floppy. That's pretty much it. I just got to go through here and make some real mounts and get everything set in here permanently. But it's working right now. Everything's functioning the way it should. Put it together real quick. And I do run super CPU in here, so that makes it pretty cool. Right. And there are a few things that I've noticed that I need to work on with this Realoaded board. One thing is it's not grounded very well, and I see some interference when I try to use my Wi-Fi modem. Well, not just mine, but also the Jim Drew Y modem. It really has some interference, and I know that it's just because it's not grounded good. So I'm gonna work on a different ground solution, because it just uses this little wall adapter. You know, it is grounded, but it's not a good ground. So I'm going to work on it and get it grounded up so I can get rid of some of this interference with it. But you know, overall it works really good. I like having the 128D keyboard. One thing I don't like about using a 128D keyboard or a 128 keyboard when you're in 64 mode is your number pad never works. So I got to working on that tonight, and I've got it working completely. I can enter all my numbers, plus, minus, decimal point, enter. So I can use this over here to do all my numbers. And they function over here also. I've got one little crazy thing happening, and I got to figure out why, but my F1 key's not working. Everything else is, so I've got to get in here and see why it quit working. But my number pad's working. I'm really happy about that. That was something I always hated about. You know, you waste the number pad when you're using it in 64 mode, but figured out how to wire it up to make it work, so I've got it functioning. I don't know if you can notice, probably not in the video, but let me load up the terminal program, and you can see it when it's the screens are black. Okay, you see this interference that comes through every now and then. I don't know if you can see it, but it's rolling up. But anyway, that's coming from interference with the modem itself, and I'm sure it's just a grounding issue, and I'm gonna get it sorted out next. But that's kind of irritating because it's pretty pronounced. But besides that, I really like it. I like the MK2, the Realoaded boards. Very nice. I don't really have a complaint with it except for this interference, and I don't see that with the a normal motherboard, 64 or 128 or whatever. But they also have a grounding wire, so I think that helps eliminate this interference. So I'm gonna make a power supply for it that's grounded, and we'll see if that fixes that. But overall, it's really nice. Works great. It works great with the super CPU. Anything I've put in, it works just like normal. So I'm very pleased. I'll be back with another video once I get the interference thing solved, and we'll figure out how we did that, and then start working on building some correct mounts and everything to get this mounted in here right and build it correctly.